All right, so what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and I seen a couple people leaving me comments saying I needed to do a video on Captain Marvel in this new Last Avenger uniform. So that is what we're doing today. We're taking a first look at Captain Marvel's first and maybe her last villain uniform. We shall see. I never thought I would see the day when she's a super villain, especially since in this game they don't really like turning heroes into villains, and technically speaking, in the comic run she wasn't really a villain, but they did it and it actually serves a purpose, and that is squad battle. For those of you guys who don't know or don't like care about squad battle, it's not going to do too much for you, but if you like to push for rank 1 in squad battle, she's gonna be like your best bet, because even on autoplay, by the way, all the scores you see here are on autoplay, so even on autoplay she's scoring about 2.3 million, which is better than some people's manual play for Cosmic Ghost Rider. So take that for what it is. Carol is actually really good for squad battle now. I think she might even be able to score up to 8 million when played manually, so that's something that you need to keep in mind. Okay, that being said, let's take a look at her value outside of squad battle. Are you going to have a reason to purchase this uniform for Captain Marvel if you don't care about squad battle? I think the devs were trying to make her a PvP staple again. I think they missed the mark, because I'm not sure if they understand, but all those characters are superheroes. The top 4 PvP characters in the game currently are Blue Marvel, Sentry, Silver Surfer, and Jean Grey, regardless of what uniform you're using her in. Thanos would be number 5. So Thanos is literally the weakest of the top 5 in my opinion, because he has the oldest uniform, right? But he's still very powerful. So if you're buying this uniform trying to make Captain Marvel top meta, literally the only one you're going to be having, I guess, success against would be Thanos, because you have a 50% damage increase and a 50% damage reduction when it comes to fighting supervillains, plus you have a flat damage reduction to everybody of 40%. But here's the thing, even with that flat 40%, which actually scales if you just go in the preview menu, just like Rogue, because of her tier 2 passive, as you can see right there, it's actually 60% extra damage to supervillains, 60% less damage from them, and 48% damage reduction overall. So that is quite substantial. That is a 108% damage reduction when it comes to dealing with supervillains. The problem is none of the PvP meta characters outside of Thanos, who I said is number 5 in the top 5, and you guys know most weeks it's just Sentry. If anything, it's Sentry, Silver Surfer, Jean Grey. Thanos is like the last option when all the other good options have been banned for whatever reason. Okay, so just keep that in mind. If you're buying this uniform, you need to think squad battle and possibly World Boss Legend. That's it. And I don't think she's going to be top meta for World Boss Legend, because instead of giving her damage accumulation on her tier 3 like Proxima, they for some reason decided that it was a good idea to give her this thing right here. 100% chance to remove an area where the enemy has placed a special effect. So HP recovery, time freeze, barrier shield, all that stuff that nobody cares about. Let's be real, like this would help you against maybe Doctor Strange's time freeze, but even then nobody's using Doctor Strange in PvP. So like, well, okay, let me not say nobody in the top brackets, nobody in Challenger, and nobody in Vibranium. Maybe if you go down to like the Wood Leagues, then you'll see a couple Doctor Stranges scurrying around down there, but they'll get clapped up so fast by Sentries and Blue Marvels, it's like a joke. So I don't know why they decided to put this on here, because if you look at her old uniform, that was not there before, right? They decided that the buff they wanted to add to the tier 3 is not more damage, it's the ability to remove buff effects, PvP buff effects. It's kind of silly to me. And then on top of that, they decided, similar to Black Panther, that they're trying to make a meta character, but they're not going to give her any way to heal. Let me say this, there is no PvP meta in the game currently, and there is like very slim chance of there ever being a PvP character that is so powerful and have so much survivability built into their kit that they don't need a heal to be a dominant force. We have yet to see that, and I don't think we will see that, because if she has 100, well, maybe if this was like 108% damage reduction to heroes, then she wouldn't need a heal. But again, I'm going to say this, I said it in my Black Panther video, and I'm saying it here right now. If a character is going to be top meta in 2021, 2022, moving forward, they have to have a heal in their kit. There's only one top meta character that I would say 95, maybe 99% of the player base respects as a top tier character that doesn't have a heal, and that is Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is literally the only top meta character in the game that doesn't have a heal, and even he needs one. He dies very quickly, but the reason why he's respected is because of the fact that at any given moment, if this skill comes off cooldown and you're a supervillain, you're taking 370% extra damage because of his tier 2 passive giving him 120, and then this third skill of his giving him a 250% damage increase on one attack. So when you get hit with this, it's penetrating everything: super armor, barrier, shield, all damage immunity, invincibility, iframes. You're just dead if you're a villain. However, as fast as he can kill you, he can die as quickly just the same. So unless you're coming with that kind of horsepower, that kind of firepower, you're not going to be top meta. I'm sorry. Or at least not in World Boss Legend, and definitely not in Timeline. Squad battle, yes. ABX, maybe. We shall see, because she's in a category now where she's going to be put to the test against one of the best characters currently in the game, and that is Super Giant. And a lot of people have Super Giant built up. So unless she can put out the kind of DPS to make Super Giant look like a child, basically, in ABX, GBR, DRX, World Boss Legend, I don't know if too many people are going to be jumping out the woodworks to build her up. But then again, Super Giant is a tier 2 native. It's harder to awaken characters, and the uniform is pretty expensive to upgrade. So maybe Carol is a cheap option for free-to-play, new players, that kind of deal. Alright? Also, she needs a rage, but then again, Super Giant needs a judgment. So it is what it is. More people have rages sitting in their inventory than judgment these days. So for that reason, maybe it's more worth it to build up this character, since you can throw one of your unused rage on her. Again, I'm not saying that she's a bad character. I definitely think this uniform is a significant upgrade to the end game one. However, I think if they wanted her to be a PvP character, there's a few things they should have done, like giving her extra damage to superheroes and giving her a heal for more survivability. They probably should have given her damage reduction against all types, not just supervillains. And if they want her to be PvE, I think they still should have given her a heal. But we're going to test her in PvE today, because we had a rage on her just sitting for a while now. So we'll see how she does. In terms of her skill rotation, I think you go something like 2 for the 20% all attack buff. 4 seconds kind of sucks, right? But it is what it is. You're going 2, then you're going 5, then you're going 4 for the photon combo here. Here's another thing, right? Look at Captain Marvel's skill set. For a character that they said, or they imply, they didn't say they were building her for PvP, so I'll correct myself. But looking at this effect, right, it tells me that they were trying to make her PvP meta again. But if you're trying to make her PvP meta again, don't you think she needs to have a skill in her kit that allows her to penetrate, I don't know, super armor, barrier, shield, invincibility, immunity, all them effects? All the top tier PvP characters have that. So the fact that she has no penetration in her kit means you would probably need to run her with destruction. But then if you run her with destruction, she can't heal, and then she has no HP shield from a regen. So like it just boggles my mind. She feels incomplete in so many ways, right, for PvP, and that's what they were going for. It's just crazy. Like, it makes me wonder, like, when they get it right, how do they get it right when they know what they were going for here, but they got it so wrong? Now, I'm using Carol here on stage 19 against Null, and I want you guys to look at how she performs. Damage, survivability, the works. Okay, we got guard broken there. 5, we do 4. Okay. Follow up with 3. We do 2, 5, tier 3. You're gonna notice a very similar thing here to Black Panther, where no heal. Sure, your damage might look good, but if you can't heal, you're gonna spend a lot of time running away trying to dodge the environmental hazards, and guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna run down the clock, and if you can't beat the boss and you spend a bunch of time running away, then guess what? You're gonna lose. Alright? You can see this, right? And again, she died. Here's the thing, guys. Not every character in the game can you play with Venom as a striker. Why is that? Because if you're doing this as your daily clear and you're not doing it just to test the character, guess what? You can only use said strikers once. Meaning, if you use your Venom with somebody else to keep them alive, you can't then come and use him again for Carol. You can only do that when you're testing in the training mode, okay? So when I see people in the comments saying if a character doesn't have a heal, it doesn't matter, just use Venom as a striker for them. Venom can't be the answer to every single character that doesn't have a heal, especially when they made it so that in World Boss Legend specifically, you can only use your strikers once per day per clear until you've cleared 5 times. Right? So them doing that makes it so that they have to give these characters healing in their kit, because you can no longer rely. This is not World Boss Ultimate when you can use the same strikers 5 times. Okay, it's not. So this is why when a character doesn't have a heal, I call it out, because I say their survivability is going to suffer. Because if the boss isn't going to kill you, sure, you might be able to damage reduce and all that cool stuff from supervillains, but the stage effects, they don't discriminate. They gonna come for you all the same. So let me just go ahead and lower her damage even more by taking away a damage based support and giving her some survivability. Some survivability that should have been put in the kit to begin with. Alright boys, let's see if we can actually cook up something special here with her. Let's do 2, let's do 5, 4, boom. 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 5, tier 3, 4. Yeah, she about to die, ain't she? Okay. Yeah, these guys, bro. This doesn't make sense why this character doesn't have any immunity, any invincibility, nothing. Like, okay, I get it, you're taking a different approach, you want to try something different, but at least give her a heal. Like, what's up with you guys, bro? Like, come on, man. Yeah. Now, some of you guys may be like, yo, maybe you should dodge the cage and you can do a little bit better. The time you spend dodging the cage is about the same amount of time as you get trapped up for. If you count the time that you take to stop attacking, from the time you stop attacking and start running to the end of the map to dodge the cage, and then the time you spend waiting for the cage to pop up, and then when it's safe for you to start attacking again, nah, it's not worth it unless you have beatdown. If you have beatdown, okay, on your like energy or whatnot, and you're charging it up by running around, yeah, then it's worth it, because you run around and then you get extra damage, right? Versus, okay, get your bum ass up out of the chair, wasting my goddamn time, sucker. But if you're just using a character that doesn't have a reforce CDP, nah, it's not worth it to run around. Based on what I've seen, numbers don't add up for me. And like I always say, man, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. It's all about the numbers, boys. Let's get it. Part 3, force the next phase. There we go. Okay, let's run down here. I have no choice but to stand in the poison there. It's either that or go stand in the insta-kill attack. So, telling you guys, them not giving these characters heals. I don't know what they're smoking, bro. We can give Luna Snow 20 ways to heal, bro. She can literally just wink and heal. She can breathe on you and heal. Heal you and your entire roster by just blinking, you know. But Captain Marvel, an icon, Black Panther, an icon. Nah, bro, they don't get heals. What they need heals for? People gonna buy those uniforms regardless. Come on, now. They just gotta look spicy. And then we just gotta use that cute villain tag, bro. Come on, no. Alright, come on. Almost got me, sucker. Taskmaster's another thing. Another character they let us down on, but one at a time, boys. You know, we can only deal with so much trauma at once. You know, the brain can only process so much before your heart gives out, you know. Just being real. Yikes, bro. I'm just gonna try and get off some damage there, but didn't really work out too hot. Alright, so we're gonna have to sacrifice JJ for the cause. Oh no, she survived. She survived. By God, she survived. You know what would have been nice for her? Debuff removal on her passive for Carol. That would have been nice for her too. You know that thing they gave to Quasar? That would have been nice for Carol. Because then when the poison hits you, even if you can't heal, at least you can stop it from taking away your health, you know? Because like I said, can't rely on the crutch that is Venom. You cannot. Alright, if you have Ghost Rider in your roster, he's gonna be the character that most people give their Ghost, their Venom to, because yeah, he needs the heal. You don't have 5 of those to go around. So yeah, man, looks like this uniform for Captain Marvel is definitely subpar, underwhelming for World Boss Legend content. Alright, for squad battle, meta. For ABX, we'll see. But when it comes to PvP, I will test her out some more for you guys. I'll show you guys how she performs there. But not having a way to heal and only having damage reduction to villains, come on now. Come on now. Blue gonna work her over. And Sentry, come on, he gonna eat her alive. Jean Grey always been toxic, always will be toxic. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And you know, Surfer was legit the counter to Captain Marvel back in the day. So nothing changes for her in the eyes of Silver Surfer. You go in your photon combo and try to play with Silver Surfer, he gonna full counter right to your face and blow your head clean off. I know it sounds graphic, but that's just what it is.